On stream today, no camera on. Y'all know how we be rocking.
You out.
See, so what's the word, boy? What's wrong?
We've got the Washington Wizards taking on the Detroit Pistons. It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And Stan, it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
You aren't kidding.
Here's Harris, rebounded by Smart.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
There's the drive. Right side, George. For three, Middleton. Thompson with the rebound. Cunningham outside. Pass to Duran. That's in, coming off the assist.
Double exclamation mark.
Defending Cunningham, boy, a challenge.
What's the
You
word,
have to pay
bud?
extra attention. That's when you leave someone open.
He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin. And they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. Now, the two of us talked about how important it is to make sure Chris Middleton doesn't get going. Coach said he's an all-star caliber player for a reason. Now, I told our guys to make sure we know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, it sounds like they respect and are aware just how impactful Middleton can be. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Pocket 2. Here's Thompson, and he starts out with a miss in this one. The Wizards working the ball around now. Bounce pass from Smart. It's George on the wing. Misses the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Cunningham looking it over. Here's Thompson. Leading now by 3. Smart. So he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Asar Thompson.
A solid passer and rebounder, but it's really scoring where Middleton shows up big. He can be just relentless on that end of the floor.
GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty draft record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Here's Middleton, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Yeah, Middleton is a talented scorer from anywhere on the floor, goes to the paint, and does his thing.
Here's Holland. Stewart in the corner. Schroeder with the ball. Picked up by Poole. Here's Duran. And Duran slams it in.
And how about that? Snuck in off the baseline and then the sensational reverse.
How pretty was that? Athletic basketball with a little bit of flair mixed in. Now here's Middleton. It's hauled in by Stewart.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, loose on it.
And Duran slams it in.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Shot by Champagnie, no good. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop it now.
And the dunk by Stewart.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. The 3 from Poole. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pistons lead by 1. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Let's take a moment here to get your... Your guys' take on scoring so far for the Pistons.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
Washington trailing. Here's Champagnie. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Here's Holmes, and Holmes throws it down.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Back to Stewart. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Takes the 13-footer, and that one hits back iron. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Pass to Champagnie. Here's Carrington. they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Wizards making a switch here. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Pass to Holmes. Here's Carrington. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the Pistons in the midst of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once proud franchise's history. That counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you. And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
Good on the shot.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Over in the corner, Poole. Off target from outside.
Well, defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Count that one. Now just a 2-point Washington lead.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Here's Poole driving inside.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
In the corner, it's Sarr. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Already expanding his game. Sarr trying to get better at attacking quickly off the pass.
Beasley outside. Harris inside the line. To the inside. Beasley outside. Back to Harris. Out to Hardaway. Into the lane. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Well, you like how aggressive he is, making a play at the rim against length.
Yeah, showing absolutely zero fear as he goes right at the bigger defender.
Down low. Here's Sarr. That one doesn't go. Great defense that time from Duran. Beasley for 3. Washington with the rebound. Poole on the wing. He has 6. Hardaway with the steal. For 3, Beasley. Yeah, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And that is massive. The 3 at the buzzer ties it up. And they'll go to the break the way we started.
They be having niggas making a lot of bullshit.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon
Boy,
find out what
jumping.
sort
I'm
of
already in the F,
adjustments
bro.
were
How they
discussed
just
during
jumping
the
in the F
half.
while I'm already in the ass shooting, bro. Shit. This should make sense, 2K.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. For the lead. Crafty move. Out to Hardaway. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, twice and shit, bro.
Hardaway has got 7 points in the game.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here's Poole. And there's the drive. Makes it off the glass.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And whenever Harris is aggressive like this, I think it's for the best because he has that ability to attract contact.
He hits the second from the line. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that bad boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the bad boys.
That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Harris has got the lead up to 5 now for Detroit.
And through hard work, this has become Harris's bread and butter. A knockdown shooter off the catch. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Outside, Smart. To the middle. Here's Poole. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. 10 points for Jordan Poole.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Hardaway, no good. Wizards trailed by 5. Rips down the breakaway slam.
The correct decision by Middleton, moving to his wide-open teammate, Chris, a terrific passer off the wing.
Duran, no good. Now, Poole, he's got 12. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Here's Cunningham. Pass to Duran. Over Sarr. Out to Thompson. Outside Hardaway. Another shot. And it's good on the layup. Hardaway has got 5 points now this quarter.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Smart. And there it is for him. Smart's got 5 now.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. So it's Detroit now. 3-point lead. Got a piece of it.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sarr using those long arms to knock that one away. And the D getting outwork there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Here's Schroeder. Out to Thompson. To the wing on the left. Schroeder outside. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And Sarr pulls it down. Wizards trailed by 5. Pass to George. Here's Champagnie. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Here's Thompson. Beasley outside. No good from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
.54 seconds left to play in the third. Outside for George. Pass to Poole. Just 5 to shoot. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
And Washington making a change here. The Wizards have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Stan, for 4 seasons, you were the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, and we were just talking the other day. What a great sports city Detroit is.
Oh, I absolutely loved my time in Detroit. I've still got 2 kids who live in the area, and great, great, great sports fans. Hardworking people that really value hardworking teams, and if you are one, they will be behind you all the way.
To Champagny. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Holland. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
For Detroit, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And he can't hit the second. Here's Carrington. Off with the layup. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Pistons ahead, up by 3. Live from Little... Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He knows every possession is critical now. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. I was able to catch what Brian Keefe told his team during that break. He said in the huddle, you got to play some defense in the paint. They're getting too much in there. Battle down low. Time to fight, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Pass to Stewart. Shoots over Holmes. Here's Fontecchio. Looking for Stewart. He gets it there. And the layup's good off the glass.
What is he jumping at, bro?
By 3.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Holmes, the bounce pass. Here's Smart. That's tipped. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here.
Substitution for your Pistons. 1.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Carrington. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you could ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Pass to Sasser. Drives to the hoop. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Hits it from 3-point range.
And if you're trying to get the most out of Middleton offensively, put him in catch-and-shoot situations.
Sasser with it. Here's Stewart. And the dunk by Stewart.
How the fuck do he keep on jumping for, bro?
Putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Detroit leading by 3 to the paint. And Stewart gets it to go. Stewart's got 6 points in the quarter.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
And how smooth is that jumper? Middleton making it look easy from the corner.
And timeout call by J.B. Bickerstaff. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Cunningham outside. Out to the wing. Here's Duran. Rebound, Washington. Now, here's Poole. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. To take the lead. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking them down, you might as well keep riding it.
And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Here's Poole, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Pass to Duran. Goes back up. The kick out to Cunningham. Thompson outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Chris Middleton.
What I appreciated about Thompson is
It's some calm.
he knows when to force the issue and when to pull
I'm
back.
not know why you got a weak ass
He
team.
wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
.109 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to George. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Harris.
Go into the rack with energy and to be afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
The Pistons working the ball around now. So they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some...
Tried to foul that nigga star, man.
And so Cunningham nails both of them.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2.
Ooh, let's sell the game, though, for he known in this keep that was a crunch time. Well, I done lost
41 seconds
some
left to play in the final quarter. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now.
My best free throw shoot is, man. Who the best shooter? Say that again. Hey, Oxy, how you been though, my boy? What's the word with it?
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They double him with Cunningham. Pass to Middleton. Back to Poole. Clock at 6. Outside for George. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got the lead up to 6 now for the Wizards.
They're in total command of this game.
Talking about some fucking comp. No, there's not no fucking comp,
and
man.
at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk
No, this shit is not no comp, buddy.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Shit is weak.
They need a quick basket here.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, that's a nice dish. A lot of times the best way to put the ball in the right spot is with that bounce pass.
Cunningham for 3. It counts! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game.
Shit, I talked too soon.
He wants to be prepared. Six seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to have to go for the 3 and try to force OT.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul.
Gets the first, and that brings them within 2 here. So he gets them both.
So weak ass out the game, nigga.
With the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment. And
That nigga was just trying hard as hell, fo. Goddamn. Damn, fo, be smooth. I ain't gonna lie though, we was smacking them motherfucking 3 balls. Jordan Poole had 24. On Fulham, it was just a fucking pool party, man. Real fucking pool party out there. Yeah, we ain't had no. Yeah, we had one steal. I want to say, damn, we ain't had no steals that game. Oh, shit. Pick your team, brother. Hey, brother, pick your. I bet. Say that. Real spanking. Let me see. We need this nigga. Oh, so I'm starting this nigga, fuck. Fuck the bullshit. That nigga seem like he be killing. That nigga 86 overall. I don't even use that nigga when I play with this team. On phone, I do not use this nigga Alvarado, whatever the fuck his name is.
Brian Anderson here with you, alongside Grant Hill and Coach Dan Van Gundy, and the fourth member of our crew, Allie LaForce, reporting from the sidelines. Here we go. And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. Here's Simons. Outside Sharp. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Now here's Ball. Pass to Vucevic. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. And it's the Trailblazers on the break.
That's an athletic play by Sharp.
Good fucking dunk.
Putting in the sweat to beat the other guys back on the fast break.
It's stolen away. Now the Blazers on the move. Here's Simons. Back to Avdia. And here's Simons. Pass to Klingon. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
And a high-effort play from Klingon, using his power to overcome the interior defense.
Left side, Giddey. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. From the top of the key. And Klingon pulls it down. And it's Simons with the ball for the Trailblazers. Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Yeah, I got to use this nigga more.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league, and when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult chore.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days. Who's Ellis?
What you come over to help him?
Coming off the
you gotta stop tweaking with me. I better say that.
About to get cooked.
Who the fuck are you? He said I'm about to get cooked. Hey, fuck, who about to get cooked, bro? I'm talking to my stream. They said I'm about to get cooked. Oh, bro, somebody said I'm about to get cooked. I gotta see that.
Vucevic feed.
He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own.
Here's Avdia. Back to Sharp. And the three-pointer goes.
Saying had to do with that nigga in some months.
Sharp's got 5 now.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Here's Sharp. Chicago making their last shot. It doesn't go for him. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Ball. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And again, Portland running the floor in transition. Here's Sharp. Got a hand on it.
When it comes to contesting shots, Buzelis is showing us that he's got great timing.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That's on Anthony Simons. Chicago shooting their first free throws of this game. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Let's see what you got. Let's hear it for you.
When that nigga Aiden come back, these niggas really gonna be busting.
The first one falls. And so he hits both. Well, the truth is, Stan, you lose a franchise legend like Damian Lillard, it really changes your identity.
Oh, it does, Brian. Their offense ran through Lillard for over a decade. Last year was almost a total reset. Now someone has to step up and be that guy.
I'm all ball. Stupid.
For a 7'2" guy like Donovan Clingan, must be easy to jam it. Getting up and then throwing it down.
That nigga eating back with Buzelis. Talk about it.
Here's Simons on the wing. Grant pass to Clingan. Avdia with it. Outside Sharp. Here's Clingan, covered by Vucevic. 4 on the clock. Tries again, and it's good on the layup. Clingan's got 6.
And this is right in his wheelhouse, hitting the boards and cashing in.
Well, this is what he's known for, attacking the glass and getting some second chance points.
Now here's Ball. Outside White. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. To the paint. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. And Giddey has got the ball here for Chicago. It's a 5-point game. 3-pointer, Buzelis. Sharp grabs the miss. Here's Avdia. Pass to Simons. There's 25 seconds left in the first. And he lobs it up to the rim. Stole it away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Here's Ball. Here's Vucevic. And Clingan pulls it down. With 1 on the clock.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And so it's Portland closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a breakdown here, guys, of the hustle stats for Portland.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And you watch Donovan Clingan. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Jimmy Grant averaged single digits in points the first 4 seasons of his career. But over the last 4 seasons, he's scoring over 20 a game. He said it all changed for him back in Detroit, adding, quote, "I grew as a player, being the #1 option and seeing different coverages. Now I'm reaping the benefits," unquote. Brian?
All right, Allie, thanks. Pass to Grant. On the wing, Murray. Back to Grant. Now here's Thibault. Launches it. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Got a piece of it. Ball with it. Picked up by Grant. He stops. He pops. And the Bulls get it back. Here's White. Here's Buzelis. Just 5 to shoot. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Portland making a switch here. Goes up off the inbound. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Love it when Vucevic attacks with intent. He has the size and strength to dominate around the cup.
Inside. Here's Murray. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, not really much you could do to stop him there. You want your players to go hard at the bucket like that.
Pass to White with a 9-footer. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. White's got his second basket of the game. And it just seems like shelf life for head coaches gets shorter and shorter. Stan, even winning coaches aren't safe.
Yeah, even the teams in the top 2 or 3 of their conference are sometimes opting to make a change. In that kind of environment, it's a challenge to coach with any real authority.
And he drops it first. Coach, it's such a difficult transition to the NBA. Scoot Henderson joins from the G League Ignite. What do you see in his game?
Well, look, I see a really talented guy who plays the game hard. What you've got to get improvement in are the 2 areas that most people have to improve in: shooting and decision-making.
Trailblazers lead by 5. Outside Murray. Hey, from beyond the arc. And here's Chicago. Pass to White. And it falls for him. He's now
I got a few wins for that zone shit. Wait, hold on.
Like White,
You gotta run the
score inside.
Yeah, they got the 2 3s on free wins. So.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Ball with a steal. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Probably ball this nigga good. Hella steals, bro.
Yet to see a basket. Down low. Here's Clingan. And he dunks it. What a
Fuck
pass
that
to
shit.
set him
Clingan
up.
about to drop 30 up
And I
on these
love how he's
people.
pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Here's Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ball. Back to Vucevic. Shot from 16. And he can't sink that one. He's 2 for 4 in the contest.
Come on, man. You know Clingan.
On the wing, Simons. Clingan. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Fuck this nigga. Fuck.
The Bulls trail by 3. Here's Buzelis. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
To the middle. Chicago with a rebound. Right side, White. Left side, Giddey. Ball surveys the floor. Pass to Buzelis. White on the wing. From deep. It's deflected. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. The Trailblazers making a switch here. 29 seconds left in the first half of this one. Off the outside. Here's Klingon. Off the outside. To the inside. And he jams it home with authority.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Giddey's got space. Unable to get that one.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Trailblazers leading by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. The Bulls trail by 3. For the tie. Nails it from 3. Giddey's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe now.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. Here's Simons. No points yet. Has to Klingon. Uses the glass on the layup.
Go run that shit back.
And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
You can see that this is how dominant Klingon can be. And when he's hot like this, it's wise to keep feeding him.
Here's Giddey. Portland with a rebound.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves. But that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Sharp goes in, and he can't jam it through.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
He can lead or dunk all game, though, folks.
Unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
And it's blocked. Out of bounds, Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. There's Simons with a 3. The shot no good. Chicago leading. Here's Ball. Pass to White. And here's Smith. Ball right side. Outside Giddey. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Avdia pulls it in. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Sharp. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, and Klingon is a gigantic player. He is so difficult to keep off the glass at times.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Here's Giddey. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Giddey's got 5 now.
Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, 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 yes type of shot.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Smith. Pass to Ball. Simons with a steal. And they're running. Here's Kamari. Count the basket. Kamari's got his first points of the game.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Back to Ball. Picked by Smith. 5 on the clock.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Portland making a switch here.
Team foul. Substitution on the ball.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Outside, Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Carter from outside. Avdia pulls it in. Portland leading. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Bulls trail by 4. Carter from outside knocks it down from distance. Carter's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Graham. Back to Henderson. Avdia, good look. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Avdia's got 6 points.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Vucevic. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. That's on Scoot Henderson.
And that's just big man strength from Vucevic, continuing to prove just how tough he is to stop.
Chicago's shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And that one falls for Vucevic. So it's Portland now. Now Henderson. On the wing, Grant. Pass to Thibault. From behind the arc. On target from range. Thibault's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
And since the break, both teams are increasing their intensity and really getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in this second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Trailblazers lead by 3. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
On the wing, Simons. Pass to Klingon. Inside.
Outstanding effort by Vucevic there. I mean, it's great to see him make a defensive impact.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal